Welcome. In today's video, I want to share some heartfelt advice from a retired Harvard professor, specifically for those of us who are in our senior years. Many older adults have been deeply moved by these words, and I believe that after hearing them, you'll feel inspired and reflect on your life in ways you never expected. As we reach our 60s and beyond, it's easy to make certain mistakes that can lead to frustration or even regret in our later years. But there's hope. I've got some wisdom that can guide you to live with more understanding, dignity, and joy. Life doesn't have to feel overwhelming. If you're hoping for a long, healthy life, these lessons are for you. And if you ever forget them, you'll always be able to return to them whenever you need a reminder. Just hit that subscribe button. Advice 1. Never let your children know the exact amount of your savings. This might seem like a small thing, but trust me, it's not. Research has shown that almost 70% of family disputes stem from dividing assets, and the pressure can quickly escalate. I once heard a sad story where siblings turned on one another over their parents' estate, and it led to permanent rifts. There's an old saying, money is money, but family is family. The more children you have, the greater the chance that financial matters will cause tension, sometimes resulting in lawsuits or severed ties. What we've worked hard for throughout our lives should never be the cause of stress or conflict for our children. Our money is the fruit of decades of sacrifices, decisions, and hard work, and it deserves to be respected. By not disclosing too much, we safeguard not only our financial peace, but also the family harmony we've worked so hard to create. Keep your financial matters private for the sake of your own peace and the well-being of those you love. Advice 2. Do not quarrel with your spouse. As we enter our 60s, it's inevitable that our children will become busier with their own lives, families, and careers. This is when our life partner becomes even more essential. They're the one person who's there for us through thick and thin. There's a beautiful saying, when we're young, we share love. When we're old, we share loyalty. As we age, loyalty and deep companionship become the cornerstone of our relationships. Our spouse transforms into the one who truly understands us, the one who has shared our journey and continues to offer emotional support when we need it most. No one wants to face the challenges of old age alone. So treasure your spouse, cherish the bond you share, and treat each other with the utmost care and respect. In this stage of life, your partner is not just someone to live with. They're your companion, your best friend, and your rock. Advice 3. Do not spend your own money to raise your grandchildren. While this may sound harsh, it's crucial for your well-being. Research has shown that over 60% of older adults feel both physically and mentally exhausted when caring for grandchildren. What starts as a gesture of love can quickly turn into a drain on your energy. Not only is it tiring, but it can also lead to feelings of being unappreciated. The younger generation often views things differently and may not fully understand or acknowledge the sacrifices you're making. Despite your best efforts and financial contributions, you might not receive the gratitude you deserve. This can sometimes cause friction within the family. Instead of spending all your resources and energy on raising grandchildren, think about how you can redirect that time to focus on yourself. Your golden years should be a time for self-care, relaxation, and enjoying life. Don't sacrifice your happiness or well-being. Let others step in and take on more of the caregiving responsibilities. Advice 4. Do not rush into remarriage. It might sound hard to hear, but do not rush into remarriage if you're living alone. While companionship in later years is important, jumping into a new marriage at this stage can lead to complications. Both you and your potential partner have built independent lives by now, and merging those lives can create significant challenges. There are lifestyle differences, financial considerations, and emotional adjustments to navigate, and all of these can cause strain in the relationship. Instead of jumping into a new marriage, embrace the freedom that comes with being single. Use this time to pursue the activities and hobbies you love and focus on your personal happiness. Marriage in later years can be beautiful, but it requires mutual understanding, patience, and a shared vision for the future. If you aren't sure about those things, it's okay to take a step back and enjoy the independence that allows you to live life on your terms. Advice 5. Hold on to your house. Never rush to sell your home, especially just because your children promise things or speak sweetly. A house is far more than just a building. It holds your memories, your history, and is a place of safety in a world that can sometimes feel uncertain. Your home is the one constant, the one place where you can always find peace, regardless of how the world changes around you. Selling your house might seem like a practical choice, but it can strip away your sense of security and emotional refuge. Instead of giving it up too easily, consider how much it means to you. How much it provides not only shelter but emotional comfort. Your home is a treasure that should be preserved, a place where you can always return to, no matter the circumstances. Advice 6. Remember the crow-pushing principle. No matter how close you are to your children, always remember the crow-pushing principle. This principle emphasizes the importance of maintaining your independence, even as you grow older. Just as young birds must learn to fly on their own, we too must learn to stand on our own feet, regardless of how much we love or rely on our children. It's important not to become too dependent on them for everything, whether it's emotional, financial, or practical support. While your children may be there to help, you must avoid becoming a burden. Being independent not only ensures that you maintain your dignity, but it also shows your children a form of love. They, too, need to live their own lives, free from the weight of feeling responsible for your every need. In your senior years, independence becomes a gift to both yourself and your family. Advice 7. Do not stay at your child's home for more than 3 days. It may sound blunt, but avoid staying at your child's home for more than 3 days. While your children may not say it outright, extended visits can create underlying tension. Respecting their space and boundaries is essential for maintaining a healthy and loving relationship. The longer you stay, the more likely it is that both your children and their spouses will feel uncomfortable, even if they don't express it. Remember, a little distance goes a long way in preserving affection. Think of it like enjoying a perfect cup of tea. The warmth is just right when it's not too hot or too cold. If you overstay, the relationship may start to feel strained. A short, pleasant visit leaves everyone happy, and it allows you to maintain your own independence while still keeping close ties with your family. Advice 8. When your children marry, avoid demanding too much. When your children marry, try not to place excessive demands on them. While it's natural to hope for support in your later years, it's important to keep your expectations realistic. The more we expect from our children, the greater the risk of disappointment. Today's world is fast-paced, and your children already have their own families, careers, and commitments to manage. It's healthier for both you and them to release some of the pressure and allow them to live their lives freely. Think of it like flying a kite. You need to loosen the string a little to let it soar high. By allowing them the space to grow and succeed, you're giving them the gift of independence, and you're also ensuring that you can maintain a positive, balanced relationship with them, free from the weight of expectation. Advice 9. Do not let unresolved worries keep you awake at night. Don't let worries take over your nights or your peace of mind. We all have concerns, but obsessing over them can cause unnecessary stress. Often, the more we think about something, the more our minds become tangled and clouded. Instead of letting it consume you, try to set it aside until tomorrow. Chances are, the situation will appear clearer after some rest. It's crucial to preserve a calm and relaxed state of mind, especially as you grow older. Remember, worrying about things that are beyond your control only drains your emotional energy. In the long run, this can be just as harmful to your health as physical ailments. Prioritize your mental well-being by letting go of those nagging thoughts before bedtime. By doing so, you'll be able to rest easier, stay healthy, and wake up with a clearer perspective. Advice 10. Do not fret over what's unnecessary. Let go of worries that don't serve you. There's an old saying, children have their own fortunes. As your children grow and build their own lives, it's important to remember that they have their own paths to follow just as you have yours. They will make their own choices, and while it's natural to care about them, you can't live their lives for them. It's essential to check in with love and support, but without becoming overly involved. The more you let go of unnecessary worries, the more peaceful your life will be. Constantly stressing about things beyond your control only weighs you down. Instead, focus on nurturing your own life and letting your children find their way without undue pressure. Worry less, enjoy more, and you'll naturally invite greater peace and longevity into your life. Advice 11. Do not work yourself to exhaustion. Avoid pushing yourself too hard, especially when you're feeling drained. The human body is not a machine. It requires rest and self-care to function properly. If you're feeling tired, don't ignore those signals. It's easy to keep going, especially when you feel there's so much to do, but pushing yourself when you're worn out only takes a toll on your long-term health. If you're unwell, don't try to power through the discomfort by simply taking medicine and continuing with your routine. It's crucial to listen to your body and give yourself the time you need to recover. Neglecting your health now could lead to serious consequences down the road, and you'll find that healthcare becomes one of the most expensive things you'll ever encounter. Know your limits and prioritize your well-being. Take the time to rest, rejuvenate, and stay healthy, because your health is the foundation of everything. Advice 12. Don't be so thrifty that you miss out on life's joys. Don't let thriftiness prevent you from enjoying the pleasures life has to offer. Many of us over 60 have worked hard, saved diligently, and endured hardships. But life is short, and there's a time for everything. When you reach a point where you can finally relax and enjoy your years, don't let the fear of spending hold you back from experiencing life's joys. If you've been longing for a delicious meal, treat yourself to it. If travel has always been on your bucket list, don't hesitate. Go for it. Now is the time to live fully, to embrace the experiences you've put off for so long. Think of it like the candies you've stored away in your life. Now is the time to unwrap them and savor each sweet moment. Don't wait too long, you've earned it. Advice 13. Health is your greatest asset. Health is truly your greatest asset. Without health, all the wealth, achievements, and material things you've accumulated mean little. Your health is the foundation upon which everything else in life rests. Only when you're in good health can you truly enjoy life and avoid becoming a burden on your children. Take care of yourself as you would nurture the roots of a tree, because strong roots support a flourishing canopy. A fulfilling life begins with good health, so make it a priority. 3 key elements for maintaining health are proper nutrition, adequate rest, and a cheerful spirit. Sleep is particularly important, so don't sacrifice it by staying up late. Create a restful environment that promotes peace and relaxation. Remember, your health isn't just about you. It's also about the happiness and well-being of your family. Stay active, eat well, get regular checkups, and maintain a positive outlook. These are the best gifts you can offer to those you love. We must recognize that we are no longer as young as we once were, and there are some things we can no longer afford to handle poorly. Mistakes and oversights can become much more costly at this stage of life. Even if our minds are still sharp, we must proceed with caution. At this age, there are 3 things to avoid interfering in. First, don't involve yourself in your children's decisions about purchasing a home or car. If they seek your advice, offer it, but never make their decisions for them. Second, stay out of disputes or politics with extended family members, especially when money and interests are involved. These situations are often complex, and you may not have all the facts. Lastly, don't get involved in your friends' relationship issues. Relationships are complicated, and most couples will work things out on their own.